Can I start by thanking EVP Verkunnen and her team, Commissioner Dombrovskis and his team, and indeed my own team, for the extensive collaboration and work that has been put in over the last number of weeks and months on this package. And so, as part of today's digital omnibus, I am pleased to present a series of targeted amendments to the General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR. And let me emphasise here the word targeted. Concrete changes to simplify things in the interest of citizens and also businesses. And I would also underline the word amendments, because these are clarifications of existing concepts and principles and not a reopening of the GDPR. Its core very much remains intact. And this is precisely the balance that this package strikes today. These amendments to GDPR aim to harmonise, clarify and simplify the application of the GDPR while continuing to ensure a high level of data protection across the EU. And also the amendments aim to facilitate operators' compliance with the GDPR and support technological innovation in the EU, including through the development of European AI. They benefit citizens and consumers by ensuring a more uniform application of the GDPR and by bringing clarity to key GDPR concepts. And they form part of the Commission's broader agenda of simplifying EU rules to deliver a more competitive and prosperous European economy, as my colleagues Henna and Valdez have already explained. Today's proposed changes are based on continuous dialogue with stakeholders during this last year, including in the context of the implementation dialogue on the application of the GDPR, which I held in July. This implementation dialogue brought together a wide range of stakeholders, businesses and civil society organisations alike. Member States have also expressed their views on how they see the GDPR going forward in the context of several Council discussions that have taken place. The core message from them was that they consider the GDPR to be an effective and balanced legal framework which has met its objectives. Overall, there was no call for a general reopening of the GDPR. In simple terms, the GDPR works. However, it became clear that targeted measures to further harmonise the application of the GDPR and also to simplify certain obligations are required. And this is to ensure that the GDPR continues to protect fundamental rights and freedoms of citizens and to ensure the free flow of data between our Member States. The targeted amendments presented today also reflect recent significant judgments from the Court of Justice of the European Union, as well as opinions from the European Data Protection Board. Regarding the amendments themselves, we will clarify the notion of personal data to reflect the case law of the European Court of Justice. We will specify when data protection impact assessments should be conducted. We will simplify and facilitate data breach notifications from organisations to supervisory authorities. We will simplify the information that needs to be provided by companies to citizens in low-risk cases. This aims to address a long-standing request from smaller operators when managing their customer data, for example, local sports clubs when managing memberships. And we will clarify that personal data can be used in the development of AI, subject to the strong GDPR safeguard that we have in place. We remain committed to clear, simple and innovation-friendly rules that support the growth of European AI. At the same time, these developments must be firmly grounded in EU values and ensure the highest level of protection for fundamental rights. To support this, we are proposing to clarify in the GDPR that organisations may rely on legitimate interest to process personal data for AI-related purposes, provided they fully comply with all existing GDPR safeguards. And as Henna has explained, we are also introducing changes to the current rules on cookie banners to make sure users can express real choices and keep their devices safe. Users will stay in control and will be able to accept or refuse cookies now with one click. Organisations will need to respect users' choices for 6 months. So when browsing the internet and revisiting a website that you have been on in recent months, if you answered that question within the last 6 months, you will not be asked again to give such consent. We also propose to define further low-risk situations for which consent should not require to collect personal data from connected devices. This would be the case, for example, to maintain or restore the security of a device. As is clear, these proposed amendments are very practical and indeed tangible, and they fully respect the high level of protection of personal data that we remain fully committed to. But through clearer rules and simplified obligations, these changes will reduce administrative burdens and deliver cost savings to operators, companies and organisations alike. And they will also result in more efficient and harmonised data protection policies and in focusing resources in areas where data protection is critical. Thank you very much.